Thank you, Lelani. Konnichiwa, fellow Higher Global employees. I am Jacob Williams and will be discussing with you how to identify some verbal and nonverbal communication differences between the United States and Japan. I want to be sure to point out that there are many similarities between the two, but there are also some major differences that I'll be talking to you about in this quick presentation. The first thing you should know in regards to Japanese is that you should know they are focused on learning English. Despite this commitment, most of them cannot even speak English very frequently. So, speaking slowly to them so that they understand is very important. Most Japanese will not expect you to speak or read Japanese, but may be very embarrassed at not being able to speak English themselves. Both countries prefer to have distance when talking, so be sure stay at least an arm's length away. That way you're keeping that distance just as you would if you were talking to somebody in the United States. Verbal communication is much less important in Japan than nonverbal because spoken word can have multiple meanings. Nonverbal messages very important when talking to the Japanese, whether it be communicated intentionally or even subconsciously. Japanese rely heavily on facial expressions, posture, hand movements, and even the tones of the voice to understand others. Japanese are often silent for long periods of time in meetings while they're trying to form responses in their head. So don't take this as any kind of disrespect. They're just really trying to think and put out a good word. Japanese people, they don't really like to say no, so try to ask questions that they can answer yes to. They don't like being put on the spot, so make sure you ask them those positive questions. One thing you may not be used to is the eye contact when you talk to other people. It is important to know that the Japanese often look down to show a sign of respect, while we may take that as a sign as a person not really listening. So when you see them bow their head, it is just a sign of respect. Now, quickly, to go over some of the symbols that may be different between them and us. Thumbs up to us just means good, but to them, it actually means a man or a boyfriend. The OK symbol means okay to us, but to them, it actually means money. The palm down, to them means come here, but to us, it may be go away. So just know the difference there. There are many differences like this. For example, another one, 2 fingers to the head, that means that they're getting angry. Be careful when this happens. If you see it, you may have already offended them, and make sure you backtrack a little bit and try to work things out so you're not offending them anymore. Now that I've talked to you about the verbal and nonverbal distances between the two countries, I'll turn it over to Glenn, who will explain to you about the cultural business norms of the Japanese. Sayonara.